Hey Flosstube! I am Zoe. I am back to talk about my stitching update for this week. So I hope everyone had a great week, and today, let's see, I'm going to be showing my work in progress. I am going to be mostly going through some Stitchy plans that I have. I've been getting close to the end of my main project and I've been thinking about what to stitch next, and so I want to share my Pinterest board that I have of ideas for what I'm going to stitch next. And then if I have time at the end, I mentioned in an earlier video that I used to do a lot of punch needle embroidery. So I thought, since I don't have a cross stitch finish to show for today, I will show at the end a couple of punch needle finishes that I have that are hanging up in our house. So yeah, that's the plan for today. So let's see, work in progress. It's the same thing that I think I've had for every video so far, which is Voyage by Satsuma Street. I am getting really close to being done with this. So this is where I am right now. I'm doing the borders at the bottom. There's one, well, there's some more stitching I have to do in this, the bottom border that you can see right now, and then I have one other border to do below that, and then I'll be done. It's very exciting. I have really enjoyed this project. I was getting really tired of it when I filmed the last video. I was feeling pretty burnt out on it, and that went away right after I filmed the video. It was great. I got excited about it again, and I think, so I got to this first border with the white and the really deep turquoise, and I think that with this wave shape, I think that was really fun for me to do, and it was a new color that hadn't been used yet in the pattern, and so that was just got interesting again, and I've really been enjoying this project. I do think that I may try having more than one project going on at a time after this. I really like having just the one project because I can finish it faster that way, and I like to feel like I'm making progress on things. I also would like maybe a couple projects going on at once just to have a little bit more variety, so I'm thinking about trying that going forward. So yeah, and you can see there's this random stitching in the corner because last night I was watching another Flosstube by the people, I think it's Gary, the people that do the Fiber Talk podcast, and it was a video about someone who was a needle pointer and her favorite needlepoint stitches. I think this is a Scotch stitch, but it really inspired me. It made me want to try a little bit of needlepoint too. I have done it in the past, not recently, but I don't know, made me want to expand my horizons a little bit, although there's a lot of cross-stitch projects that I want to do too, so we'll see. Okay, so that's my work in progress. Again, this is Voyage by Satsuma Street. It's on 14 count black Aida with the called for DMC floss. Hopefully next week it will be a finished object instead of a whip. All right, so now I'm going to pull up my iPad and show you my list of patterns. So I really like Pinterest, and I have a cross stitch board on Pinterest that has, I think, 900 pins on it, and it's getting to the point where it's so big it's hard to really browse through. So I started another board that I'm just calling Stitch Next, and it has all the patterns that I would seriously consider having as a project up next. So I wanted to just go through the patterns from that Stitch Next board and show you what I'm thinking about stitching, and you can see a little bit more of the style that I like. I think there's some variety, but there's a theme too. So this is the first one. Oh, there's going to be a lot of glare. I'm not sure if this is going to work. There, I think that'll work. So this is a first one. This is a pattern by the Floss Box, and it's a really cute little dragon. The Floss Box has an Etsy shop, and she also has a website with a lot more patterns than her Etsy shop has, and I like pretty much all of them. So that's one that I'm thinking about doing next. This next one was on the Lakeside Needlecraft site. It looks like a cedar waxwing. My husband loves birds, and cedar waxwings are one of his favorites, and I really like the red mushroom with the white spots on it. I think that's really cute. A lot of these are smaller projects because those just seem more realistic for me to finish. This one, so actually let me get the name of that one. That's Seasonal Birds Autumn Goldfinch. Oh, it's actually a goldfinch, not a waxwing, from Lakeside Needlecraft. And I will see if I can link to my Pinterest board in the YouTube description so you can see all of them that way. Okay, this next one, if you've seen my other videos, you know that my 3-year-old son loves elephants. I also love knitting and color work in knitting. This really reminded me of a Scandinavian sweater. I'm part Scandinavian, so part Danish. So there were just a lot of things I like about this. I think if I did it, I would do it in red and white, since my son's favorite color is red, and he loves elephants. And that is Christmas Elephant Nordic pattern, and it's from Etsy. Let me double check for you who that shop is. Patterns Cross Stitch is the shop for the elephant pattern. This next pattern is a watercolor elephant pattern, and I think it's from, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I can tell you the shop names too, although again I'll link to my elephant board. So this is from Nikki Pattern. She has a great Etsy shop if you haven't seen it before. And this is another elephant. It's not a full coverage piece because the background isn't filled in, but the entire elephant is filled in with stitching. And I haven't done full coverage before. I thought this would be a good way to try it without it being completely huge. And I really like the colors and the watercolor effect. Okay, this next one is another Floss Box pattern, and it's adorable as well. It's a little girl riding a unicorn with a bird on her head and a rainbow and a sun with a smiley face and hearts. Just a lot of cuteness going on here. I really like it. I like cutesy cross stitch. What can I say? This is a holiday ornament, but more in a modern style. It says "Be Jolly" with the little birds. It looks like that might be backwards for you the way it's recording, but it says "Be Jolly." And this is also from Etsy. It's the pattern is called "Be Jolly Modern," and the shop is Red Beard Design. I actually bought this one already, so I know I'm going to do this one. This next one, this is one of my absolute favorites. Again, very cute, kind of kawaii Japanese feel. It says "Happy Bunny" on it, and it has all different kinds of bunnies, including that bumblebee bunny in the upper corner of the circle, and I just think it's amazingly adorable and would be a pretty quick stitch. And that pattern is called Kawaii Cross Stitch Pattern Easter Cross by Lucky Star Stitches, also on Etsy. I really like Etsy for cross stitch patterns because there's just a lot of independent designers. There's a lot of more modern stuff, and it's a fun spot to explore. I also love being able to buy a PDF pattern versus getting a chart. So this next one is Christmas Train Bunting Set by Fuzzy Fox Designs. And I'll show you, let's see if I can show you the pictures. Yeah, so I'm going to show you this picture of it. It is a cross-stitch Christmas train. My youngest son, who is 2, he loves trains, as most 2-year-old boys do. So I thought this was incredibly cute. You could hang the bunting on the mantle, right back there. Actually, I thought it would be really cute with the stockings and everything at Christmas. Not thinking I'll get it done for this Christmas, but he'll probably keep liking trains for a while, so I just thought it was adorable. The next one, this is Never Stop Exploring. It's Little Fox. My oldest son, who is 7, he just turned 7, he's extremely curious. He loves to explore, he loves to experiment, and he saw this, he actually noticed this fox when I was browsing through Pinterest and really liked it a lot. Okay, and that one is Boho Fox Cross Stitch Pattern by Anna X Stitch on Etsy. Again, I will include the Etsy board or the Pinterest board in the description. This is a Stitchrovia pattern. It says Strawberries and Cream. And sorry if all of these are backwards with the video. I don't know. They might be. I love the colors and the design in this one. I've been looking at strawberry patterns lately, and I really like this one. Love the colors. Here's another strawberry pattern. This was on a Priscilla and Chelsea Flosstube, I think their last one. This is Strawberry Fields Forever. It's more of a sampler pattern. It's more traditional pattern. I don't know if I would do it in those colors, but I love the design. I love the big strawberry plant coming up behind the house and the pot that sort of looks like a crocheted ripple afghan. There's just a lot of parts of the design that I really like. And I'm going to keep going. I don't think I'm going to have time to show the punch needle today, but I'll finish showing my patterns. So this is To Create is to Resist. It's from Subversive Cross Stitch. I like it. This is Robin by Kazuko Aoki. So sounds like a Japanese designer. I think it is adorable. I just love it. Small, but really great design. And then 2 more. One, this is a Soda Stitch pattern, I believe. Yeah, Soda Stitch Petite 4 Seasons. A lot of the Soda Stitch patterns are really big, so I like that this one wasn't huge, and it's really cute. I think it would be a lot of fun to stitch because there's a lot of variety in it in a fairly small project. And then this last one is also from Priscilla and Chelsea, and it's an apple orchard. It says, pick your own apples, fresh and delicious. So another kind of more of a folk art type pattern. All right, well, if I go much longer, my video is going to cut off and I won't be able to upload this to YouTube. So I hope everyone has a great week. Next week, I plan to be back and you'll get to see what I decided to start stitching. And I will show my punch needle next week if I have time. All right, have a good week, everyone. Bye.